If you want to know about bike parts, you came to the right place, because Stack BMX always does these videos and tells you everything about bike parts, how they're made, what comes with them, and everything all the other videos don't tell you about. So today we're going to do an explain and review on the Paul Motolite V-brakes. So check these things out. These look pretty cool. We're going to start it off with showing you the box and what it comes with. So I'm gonna kind of toss these brakes in here just so they might not close too well. All right, so they come in this pretty cool box. They got graphics all over, pretty sweet. You buy them, you can check it out. So yeah, going in the brakes, you're gonna get the calipers, left and the right one, or vice versa, and the actual brake noodle and how it connects. So let's put these to the side so you can see what comes in it. So you're gonna get this sheet that talks about it, kind of shows you the whole brake, and then on the back it has some instructions and shows you what everything is and kind of just gives you the whole lowdown about the brakes. But you're a man, you probably aren't going to look at that. So let's put that aside. The brakes did come in this super large bag and kept them from getting scratched and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Going to what else it comes with. This comes with the Cool Stop thin line brake pads. These things are the salmon color, which these are all weather brake pad. But what I like about the salmon is that they're super soft and tacky. When you use these on your rims, it just stops phenomenal. So I always love the salmon. I always do the salmon in black because the salmon kind of wears down because it's soft. The black helps it last a little bit longer. What's also cool about brake pads is that they have two different washers. So if your brakes are sticking out too far, you're going to use the smaller washers so that the brakes can come in a little bit, and vice versa. If they're too far inward, you're going to use the thicker ones to push them out, and that'll help your braking power. So cool little tip if you guys need help working on your brakes. Also came with this little snack bag. I don't know if you get those from the candy store, but it comes with the Paul sticker. You're probably going to put that on the back of your 4Runner or something like that. Also comes with the brand new bolts, super shiny, super nice, and a cable and as well. So everything you need to put on these brakes. And then let's talk about these brakes, and I'll show you what's cool about them, what's different about them, and what I like about them, and what you might like about them. So starting off these brakes, these things are a 6061 aluminum brake. These things are machined down and then they finished to a specific way. So I'm going to give you the details on these things. So check this out. First thing I notice is that it's got looks like a chromoly or a stainless steel insert right here so that it lasts a very long time. I think that's kind of cool. Also comes with your standard spring, so if you mess one of these up or you need another one, you can pull it off on 990 or a similar brake. Pretty easy to get a hold of. The top adjusting nut, this thing is made out of aluminum. It's all machined down. It's relatively nice. It looks like they may have tumbled it or something like that just to clean it up a little bit. Looks pretty good. Let me see if we can get this thing to turn in macro. Sorry, doing all kinds of stuff. My son's here, so he's watching the front of the shop while I film these videos. But yeah, this thing looks pretty cool because it's square here, and then it has a really nice round edge on it. And it's not like sometimes where they machine it too much and it kind of gives you a little bubble right here. It doesn't do that. It's nice and smooth. Looks super clean. It's also got these holes milled out right here. Has a slant to reduce some weight. It's got another chrome bolt and a washer here, and another little line right here, and that little line right there actually holds the brake cable. It also has this little secondary aluminum piece on it, and this actually slides up and down, so you can line this up with where your rim is. So whether you have a 24, 26, or 29-inch wheel, or even 700, you can line this up and makes it really easy to adjust. It has this hole for the brake pad, so you're going to run the brake post through there and be able to run the brakes. So yeah, that's pretty much on about this arm. On this other arm, this arm is slightly different. Notice how there's this little bar on the top. That thing has a different function on it, and yeah, it's just kind of a little push and rivet. Forgot what those are, like forgot what those are. If you guys know what that thing's called, yeah, leave a comment below what those little pins are. I forgot what they're called. Yeah, so going down to this thing, this is now the brake noodle. This one has a little bit different brake noodle than I've seen on most V-brakes or any style brakes in general. It actually has a tube right here, and then it has an adjuster on here. So check that out. That's a little adjuster. You don't really get that out of brakes, so I think that's kind of cool. This one also has a little clip right here that holds it on to this actual arm, so it's pretty much stuck there. All I can do is go left to right, which I think is kind of cool. On the brakes, how these things work, I wanted to show you, is it's kind of cool because this thing slides over and it kind of locks in there, so it makes a cool little connection. And then obviously your cable is going to swing over and your brakes are going to look like this. So I think those look pretty clean. Here's a little tip if you're always trying to figure out which way you want your brakes to tension. So the whole idea is you want equal tension on both sides, and these things aren't going to always be equal. You got to kind of feel with feel. I guess it sounds kind of funny, but you gotta I guess calibrate it with the feel. So what I would do is take the cable off and basically turn this thing. So what I do is I turn it, see how there's that little pin, and then the spring's right here. The spring always wants to go around the little post like a snake. So if it's going the other way and it's unwinding, you don't want to do that. You actually want to spin the way that a snake would pinch this little tube. So turning that way, when you turn it this way, it's actually going to pull the arms out. If you turn it the other way, it's going to push a spring out and get it all bound up and stuff like that, and just tear up your spring. So you want to go outwards on both sides, and you want to kind of even. If you want the pressure of your lever, the more you push these, the harder the lever is going to actually be to pull. The softer these are, the softer your lever is going to be when you pull on the brakes. So when I adjust my brakes, I want them just slightly past, like it has no spring to it, where it's almost just like weightless. So I tend to adjust my springs this way. Another thing too is if your brakes are cockeyed sideways like this, or let me see, if they're cockeyed sideways like this, it might be because this one's tensioned way too much and this one's not tensioned as much. So you might want to loosen this one and tighten up this one, or just loosen up this one to see where it goes. But those are little tips on brakes and stuff like that. I hope it helped. And yeah, that's it for our explain and review. Whoop, just scratched those. Explain and review on the Paul Components Motolite brakes. So if you had any more questions, leave me a comment below and I'll try to answer them as fast as I can. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.